Hi everyone, welcome back to Scented Moments channel. I'm Jolima. I hope you're all doing well, and in this video I want to talk about 10 fragrances, and these are some of my favorite fragrances from one country and one country only. This was very hard. I love French perfumery, I love Italian perfumery, I love Arabian perfumery, English perfumery, so this was quite hard in the end to choose 10 from a specific country. I prefer my fragrances to be a bit bold, a bit rich, intense, more enveloping, oriental, woody fragrances. I also love my fresh fragrances, true, but I tend to prefer more intense and more loud fragrances. But I ended up choosing France, and for me this was a tough choice between France or Italy, because some of my all-time favorite fragrances are from France and Italy. Italy, Profumo Broma comes to mind, France, Guerlain comes to mind, but well, I ended up choosing France. And I have here 10 amazing French perfumes, and some of these are already very well known, but still I really need to mention them because I didn't mention all that much here in this channel. So without further ado, the first fragrance that I have here is from house of Maison Francis Kurkdjian, and it's one of the best, if not the best, from his house, although I still have a couple of fragrances that I want to try. Ciel de Gomme comes to mind, and HOMME, but this one is Grand Soir. This one right here, Grand Soir, is one of the best amber fragrances out there, and this is so damn romantic. This is so romantic, and I have so many beautiful memories. Oh, this is an amber gourmand fragrance. This is all about labdanum, this is all about benzoin, tonka bean, and this is so fluffy. It has this fluffiness impression. It's hard to describe, but it seems that you're touching the clouds. I absolutely love this. It's sweet, it's enveloping, it's very addictive, and I love this one. It's quite unique in my opinion. The sweetness here, it's never overwhelming, at least for me, but I have a sweet tooth. But it's quite silky, fluffy, very romantic, very sensual. Grand Soir, I mean, if you love amber fragrances, I think this is a must try. From Maison Francis Kurkdjian, one of his best fragrances for sure is Grand Soir. The next fragrance that I have here is from house of Guerlain, of course, and this is a masterpiece from Guerlain. It was very tough to choose just one from Guerlain, and also I just chose one fragrance per brand. So also I wanted to mention that. And this is from the L'Art et la Matière collection. I already mentioned this one here and there. It's a masterpiece. Again, it's Angélique Noire, and this doesn't need an introduction as well. It's all about vanilla, angelica seed, angelica root, a bit of tonka bean in here, a bit of muskiness, but it's floral, it's musky, very vanillic. I have a hint here of ylang ylang as well. It's so good. This is so romantic. Again, it's romantic, yes, but it goes more in this mysterious, seductive, more elegant. So good. This is unisex in my opinion, although some guys think that, some guys feel that this is more feminine. For me, this is very unisex, and you just gotta love vanilla and floral notes to appreciate this one. And this is quite long lasting. This is a Eau de Parfum concentration. I know it's a bit expensive. This is a 75 ml bottle size, and it will run for 206 euros, 210 euros. I don't recall exactly, but it's a bit over 200 euros. So yeah, it's a bit expensive, but it's worth every penny, in my opinion, of course. This is seductive. It's one of the best fragrances that I ever smelled. It's very smooth, it's very enveloping, it's very seductive, elegant, sophisticated. Oh man, it's incredible. I absolutely love this. It's again Angélique Noire from GUERLAIN, from the L'Art et la Matière collection. The next fragrance I have here is from the house of Dior, and this is my favorite from the house of Dior, and it's from the more mainstream collection from the Dior Homme line, and it is Dior Homme Parfum. And this is the original bottle format, the 75 ml bottle. This is now, it's not discontinued, it's a bit hard to get, and now comes in the 100 ml bottle size, but the formula is still the same. I have yet to test it properly. I needed to grab a new bottle just to compare and do a video comparison between the original bottle at least and the newer bottle, but I already saw a lot of reviews, and I think it's everyone is saying that it's very similar, if not the same. I mean, some say that the opening it's a bit more fresh in the newer bottle than here, but I mean, I think that it's just the opening, then it's the scent DNA, it's the same, so I'm very happy to know that. This is my favorite designer fragrance overall. This is all about iris. I love iris. It's powdery, buttery, bit makeupy. You also have a lot of leather, rose. Fantastic. Some say that there's wood in here, but I don't detect wood. This is definitely all about iris, rose, and leather. Man, fantastic. This is so rich, intense, powerful, bold. If you want to stand out in a crowd, this is the one to go. Incredibly long lasting, and still it has some sweetness in here. It has an appealing side. I mean, yeah, it's daring, but it's not. It's still wearable. And I absolutely love this. Dior Homme Parfum, it's my favorite to this day, my favorite designer fragrance. It's a masterpiece in my opinion. The next fragrance I have here is from the house of Chanel, of course, needed to mention a Chanel fragrance. And this is my favorite from Chanel, at least in the more mainstream line again, and it is Egoiste. This is a classic released in the early 90s. Egoiste is all about spices, carnation, and sandalwood. Oh man, this is so good. And so unique. This is quite masculine. This is very gentlemanly, very Porsche. Wonderful, wonderful fragrance. Absolutely love this. This is a reference in terms of masculine fragrances, at least for me, Egoiste, and also Platinum Egoiste, but Platinum Egoiste, it's completely different from this, the original from Egoiste. Platinum Egoiste, it's more about lavender, it has a metallic nuance, goes more into the barbershop category. Here, it's more of a spicy, aromatic, woodsy fragrance. Wonderful. To die for, man, so good, so good. Again, Egoiste from Chanel, great performance also. The next fragrance I have here is from the house of Frédéric Malle, and it's a masterpiece, another one, and it is MUSC RAVAGEUR. Man, this is something else. Released in the early 2000s. This is all about musk and vanilla. A bit animalic, it has this fur impression and quite vanillic. This leans into the gourmand territory, not entirely, but it goes there. It's creamy, bit sweet, vanillic, very musky, slightly animalic. Of course, this was reformulated. I think the early formulations were a bit more animalic and more challenging. Nowadays, I think this is not as animalic as it once was, but still It has an animalic feeling here. The musk, it's still very present, which gives that animalic fur nuance, but this for me, it's so seductive, very sexy, and quite long lasting, and has a comforting feel as well. Musc Ravageur, I can see the inspiration of Maurice Roussel. I can see the inspiration from Shalimar, from GUERLAIN. I mean, not to say that they are similar, but the vanilla in here reminds me of Shalimar, and even the Sentiene, the animalic, vanilla animalic, like Shalimar is, but still both are different. But you can see some inspiration at least. But this is a fragrance and its own. It's a classic already in my opinion. It's a Musc Ravageur from Frédéric. The next fragrance I have here, it's a cheapie from the house of LALIQUE, and it is LALIQUE Encre Noire à l'Extrême. This is one of the best vetiver fragrances out there. This is balsamic, this is a bit resinous, but quite dry at the same time. Yeah, very balsamic, very foresty, and lots of vetiver, man. So good. There's no sweetness in here whatsoever. This is, when comparing with the original, this doesn't have the inkiness, so it's not as dark as the original, not as gothic as the original, but still very balsamic. And this is the difference, the main difference between the à l'extrême and the original Encre Noire is that this one, it's very balsamic, has like some kind of an incense feel, slightly resinous, which the original Encre Noire doesn't have. But it's equally amazing, if not a bit more amazing. This is still quite masculine. This is still very mature, not too mature, but still it's mature, very gentlemanly again, and quite special. LALIQUE Encre Noire à l'Extrême, and it's very affordable. I mean, right now this is a 100ml bottle size, and at least at Notino here in Portugal, last time I checked, you could purchase this for a bit over 30 euros. I mean 35, 38 euros if I'm not mistaken. Now, I don't know exactly what price it is, but still, it was quite affordable last time I checked it, which was like last week. So, great bang for your buck right here. And this is the whole line, the Encre Noire line. It's a great bang for your buck. I mean, you are paying high quality fragrance for a very affordable price. This is my favorite of the three, Encre Noire Sport, and this one. This is my favorite. I love it, and I really love the coloration of the liquid. Fantastic scent, LALIQUE Encre Noire à l'Extrême. The next fragrance I have here is from the house of Cartier, and Cartier, it's very underrated. Cartier has some amazing fragrances. You have Déclaration, which is a fantastic scent created by Jean-Claude Ellena. You have all its flankers. You have the Cartier, Pasha de Cartier, and all the flankers. And actually I have here the latest flanker, which is Pasha de Cartier Parfum. You also have Santos de Cartier, and the list goes on, but this is I think it's the latest release from Cartier, and boy, what a fragrance. First of all, beautiful bottle presentation right here, and I love the cap also. This is, oh, so good, so intoxicating. This maintains the aromatic barbershop facet of the original Pasha de Cartier, but adds more oriental notes, more warm oriental notes. This has an honeyed, boozy impression, which is not featured as an official note or records, but this definitely has like a boozy, honeyed feel, quite ambery, resinous, sweet, not overly sweet. It's wonderful. I absolutely love this, very unique in my opinion. This is a parfum concentration after all, lasts for a very long time and quite masculine. Although this, because of the sweetness, because of the oriental facets, I think this can go, this can lean more into the unisex category. but Pasha de Cartier, it's fantastic. Wonderful, wonderful fragrance. And Cartier, again, it's a very underrated French house, and they have a lot of unique fragrances, and this one is definitely one of them. Pasha de Cartier Parfum, stunning, stunning fragrance. The next fragrance that I have here is from the house of Hermes, and I'm enjoying this one a lot lately. And this time it's not from the Eau de Merveille collection, it is Bel Ami Vétiver. This one is a flanker of the original Bel Ami. Here you have leather and of course vetiver. Now the original Bel Ami was very spicy and very leathery. This doesn't have the spiciness, at least for me. I don't get a lot of spiciness. This is definitely all about this dry, grassy, mossy leather, and of course quite woodsy leather. Again, there's no sweet edges in here. This is very gentlemanly. This is mature, not too mature. I think Bel Ami, it's more mature than this one, and Bel Ami also, it's a bit heavier than this one. Even the leather here, it's there, it's present definitely, but it's not as intense as in the original Bel Ami. Great creation from Jean-Claude Ellena. This is a worthy flanker of a great leather classic, which is Bel Ami. This is perfect for springtime. This is a great signature scent, even I dare to say. Quite masculine, quite gentlemanly, and still it's not overwhelming, and it's quite intriguing. It's an intriguing fragrance. It's quite unique. Not everyone is rocking this one. Bel Ami Vétiver, it's definitely one of the best from Hermes. The next fragrance I have here, it's from Marc-Antoine Barrois, and this has been getting a lot of attention lately, and rightfully so. It was one of my favorite fragrance discoveries of last year, and it is Ganymede. This one right here, Ganymede, is another stunning, unique, sparkly fragrance. This has osmanthus. I already did a review of this one. So good. This has osmanthus, and the osmanthus here gives a floral, peachy feel. This has mineral notes, salty accords. You have saffron, you have violet, which creates a leathery impression. This is stunning, quite sparkly, mineral, salty, bit aquatic. Wonderful. I absolutely love this. Very unique, never smelled anything like this before. Again, another fantastic signature scent worthy fragrance, very long lasting. And actually you can get, at least I got a couple of compliments with this one. Ganymede, quite appealing. From Marc-Antoine Barrois, fantastic. I think he just released a B6A3 Extrait de Parfum. I'm dying to try that one, can't wait to try that. And with that new release, he has now 3 fragrances, the B6A3, the original, Ganymede, and now the Extrait version of B6A3. Can't wait to try that. But Ganymede, it's fantastic, a great signature scent, and again, very unique and quite appealing. And last but definitely not least, from the house of DIPTYQUE, another, I would say, underrated. I mean, DIPTYQUE doesn't get lots of attention, lots of love in the fragrance community overall, but DIPTYQUE as a niche fragrance house, it's still quite affordable. I mean, 75 ml bottle size can go between 115 to 130 euros, depending if you choose the eau de toilette or the eau de parfum concentrations. Here, man, I absolutely love this. I think this is my favorite DIPTYQUE as of now, and it is Oud Palau. And I love the bottle presentation of DIPTYQUE. This is of course an eau de parfum, because of the black rim here. Oud Palau is quite challenging, very animalic. I mean, if you love Oud Ispahan from Dior, from the Maison Christian Dior collection, you will love this one. But this is, I would say that this is a bit more challenging, a bit more animalic. You have oud, rose and tobacco. And the tobacco here, it's like this damp tobacco leaves. It's interesting because this right away, it's all about oud, quite funky, and with rose, and then as it starts to develop, the rose kind of fades away, and then you have oud and tobacco. Stunning fragrance, and because of that, for me, it's still quite unique. And man, it's bold, it's loud. Not, I would say it's loud, at least in the first couple of hours, but then sets close to your skin, and it leaves a nice sillage around you. So I think, yes, this can be challenging and a bit overwhelming in the first hour, 2 hours maybe, but then sets closer to your skin and the magic happens. But still, I love this right away from the first spray. Oud PALAO from DIPTYQUE is a stunning oud fragrance, and it's the best from DIPTYQUE now, although I also love Filosico, Stamdao and others, but this one, Oud PALAO, it's fantastic. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Tell me in the comments down below, what country would you choose to do, and what fragrances would you pick from that country? Tell me everything in the comments down below, guys, and see you in the next video. Take care. Ciao.